Hey everyone, and welcome to the Art of Online Marketing live show. Today I'm going to be talking about Facebook Watch, the Blue Jays, and the future of live video. So good morning and welcome everybody. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Denise Allison. I'm the owner of Strategro, and I help you grow your business with live video and social media. So on today's show, I'm going to be talking about two of my favorite topics. So the first is live video. So here we are, love talking about live video, as you know, if you've seen the show ever, and the Blue Jays. So here we are, represent. I'm not just wearing this to look cool, because I'm sure that I don't. So if you are new here, type new in the comments, let me know. I love welcoming new people into my audience and into my world. So type that into the comments. So for those of you who might not know, I'm just gonna move my hat so I can get some more light on my face. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I love the Blue Jays. Tulo, my dog, well, his name is Tulo, so enough said. So anyway, how do these topics overlap, the Blue Jays and Facebook Live and live video? Well, that is last week Facebook Watch, which is Facebook's new video platform, and it's kind of like their equivalent to YouTube. So Facebook Watch last week had exclusive rights to the Blue Jays game against the Royals. So today I want to chat a little bit about that and my experiences and thoughts about watching that game on Facebook Live through their Facebook Watch program. So if you watched that game last week on Facebook Watch, type yes in the comments and let me know what your thoughts were on it, because I am genuinely curious on people's experiences with the whole Facebook Watch exclusive rights kind of thing, because there seems to be some debate out there in the internet land, as always. So before we get started, tomorrow my live video course, the live video formula, is starting. So if you've been thinking about joining me for the live video formula, head over to strategro.ca/live-video and sign up, because you are running out of time. So go over there right now and sign up if you are wanting to do that, because we start tomorrow, so you're just about out of time. So I'll put the link up here so you can click and head right over to that. Okay, so let's get into today's topic: Facebook Watch, the Blue Jays, and the future of live video. So I do want to give you a little bit of context here. So I don't have cable, I don't have a dish, I have literally never paid for cable or a dish, and I've only ever had it when I lived at my parents' house. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure many of you don't have cable or a dish or anything. So when I moved out, I borrowed their dish information, password stuff, so that I could watch a few shows live, like Big Brother, and I don't really even remember what else, but so that I could follow along on those shows as they were happening. But I couldn't get into Sportsnet or TSN to watch the Blue Jays, and that's because I wasn't a Rogers subscriber. They were with Bell, and so I guess only Rogers subscribers could watch the Blue Jays live, and that is, of course, as we know, Rogers owns the Blue Jays, right? Rogers Center, right? Okay, so they weren't giving access to those broadcasts to anyone but their own paying customers. So what's a girl to do other than find it in other ways? So I would head over to Reddit or some other sites to look for online streams. And so I would end up watching Blue Jays games on the sketchy type of websites where there's pop-ups and the side panel is things like busty Russian ladies are looking for you in Meteghan, and things like that. So basically you are risking giving your computer cancer, but it's a risk I was willing to take, and I really hope that no piracy police are watching right now. But anyways, that's how I've been watching the games for the last few years anyway. So last week when I did that and I headed over to Reddit, I was having some trouble finding some streams to watch the Jays game. And so I clicked on one and it asked me to sign into Facebook. And I was like, oh, is this legitimate or are they just looking for my Facebook info? But then, yes, I went in and there it was on Facebook Live, branded with Facebook Watch, you know, the whole like, ooh, like things at the, you know, between innings and stuff. It was all branded for Facebook Watch. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. No pop-ups, no busty Russian ladies who want to meet me, and the ability to watch the game on a platform that I was already using regularly, like all the time, right? So that made my life so much easier. So I was really, really excited that the games would be streamed on Facebook Live through their Facebook Watch program. It would, I mean, like I said, just make my life so much easier because it's a platform that I'm using regularly. My laptop is already set up to the TV. That's how we watch TV on Netflix. So that is kind of how we watch all of our games. And I really liked how they created some extra engagement. They pull the fans on things like replays, who they thought was going to get traded, and on and on and on, those types of things. And it was all happening in real time. It wasn't like go to Facebook and answer our poll and we'll tell you the results tomorrow. It was really all interactive and in the moment and engaging. And then they also, instead of having commercial breaks, they had exclusive interviews with the coaches, the pitchers, and some players who were off for the night because obviously don't want to distract the actual players. So that was really great to have that instead of commercial breaks. Although I get the sense it's not going to be ad-free forever. You know, Facebook, they want to make money somehow. But it was really nice to not have those breaks, and it gave you more of a sense like you were down there watching it live because it wasn't taking you away during those times where there was no actual playtime happening. So I was excited to share this with all of you because it was combining my love of Facebook Live and the Blue Jays together. And I want to share it with you, but I want to do a little bit of research on a few details first because I, don't want to talk about things that I don't really know everything about, or that I don't know the details of. I should say I don't know everything about everything that I talk about. That's silly of me to say. So anyway, I decided to go do a bit of internet research, and apparently people are really pissed off about Facebook Watch having exclusive rights to certain MLB games. And I mean, this surprised me because, like you have just noticed, I really loved that option to watch it on Facebook. So the first reason, there's 3 reasons why people are pissed off, or 3 bigger reasons. The first reason was change is different and it's different, so I hate it. So, I mean, yes, change is hard. And if you are used to watching sports and Blue Jays and baseball on your TV and suddenly you need to watch it on Facebook, that is a big change that you might not really be used to. But for anyone like me who is already streaming it, already watches all of their TV programming and any type of sports through my laptop, through the internet, is really makes life easier instead of harder. Yes, if you're used to watching it on your TV and suddenly you need to grab your laptop and set it up, and you might not know how to do that, especially if you're the older generation who seems to be the type who still have cable. Yes, I could see how this is challenging. But overall, I thought that was awesome that you can stream it from, not the busty ladies place. Okay, number 2 is people are kind of generally pissed off at Facebook because of the privacy breach and the data breach and all those kinds of things. And I mean, that is a legitimate kind of thing, and I don't really want to go into detail about that right now, but I think that that will blow over, and Facebook is already putting in a lot of new policies, and everyone who kind of works with Facebook, they are putting in some extra security measures. So hopefully that whole thing will be rectified, and people will be forget about it and move on to the next thing that they want to be pissed off about. Okay, and number 3 is this. Blue Jays fans have a strange obsession with Buck and Pat, the Jays announcers, and I totally understand this. Whenever I'm looking for a stream, I'm always looking for the Sportsnet stream where they will be the announcers. And I mean, that's just how I do it. I don't know why. And like a couple years ago in 2015, when the Jays made it to the playoffs for the first time in forever, Rogers didn't have access to the postseason broadcast because, I mean, why would they? The Jays hadn't made the postseason since Rogers owned them. But anyway, so you had to watch it on Fox or wherever else. And the announcers were so annoying. All they talked about was the turf, and they pronounced everyone's names wrong, and it was super annoying. So I definitely understand that. So it's great to be able to listen to your home announcers. You are used to them. They know the team well. They know how to pronounce everyone's names, and they're on your side. I hate watching the opposing team's announcers because they cheer when the other team scores runs, right? That's annoying. So I definitely hear you there. But overall, I had no issues with the announcers on the Facebook Watch program. A lot of people were complaining about them, but I was neutral about it. They did fine. Like, nothing really stood out as being like horrible. I mean, obviously they were Buck and Pat, but no one is, right? So anyway, but one of the reporters did annoy me, and this was the social media reporter, and I don't know if she was new or maybe she was nervous, but she kind of made me like cringe a little bit, and she was interviewing a fan, and she's like, okay, we're gonna eat this Canadian delicacy. It's jerk chicken poutine. It's like, okay, I didn't know jerk chicken was Canadian delicacy, but anyway. But then she's like, okay, we're gonna eat our jerk chicken, but in a huge Sharpie on the side of her bowl it said no chicken. So I don't want to say more about that, but I wasn't a fan of the social media reporter. Hopefully she was just nervous to be on there. All right, so I have a few comments. I'm going to read those. So Sarah McIsaac says, I love Facebook Live, but she hated that they didn't play the game on TV. It was so annoying. Sarah, let me know if you are a cable subscriber or if you generally watch your sports through streaming online. And Maxina says, it's the same with hockey, watching CBC versus NBC announcers. Absolutely. It's just, you like your home announcers and you're used to them and they're on your team, right? Okay, so anyway, so most likely people who have cable, who are used to watching TV, those are the ones who got annoyed by having to change the way they do things. And it's understandable that if you have to change like your setup to turn on the TV, go to the channel and watch it. And when they're like, hey, the only place where you can watch this game today is on Facebook, that is a change. So I understand why people were generally annoyed by that. But again, for someone like me who is streaming it online anyway, it made my life easier. So anyway, so the whole time I was pretty excited watching this game because not only did the Jays win, so yeah, we are actually winning this year. So not only did we win, but we're kind of getting a taste of the future. So the whole time I was thinking, I need to share this with my audience because it's pretty exciting. So not only does it start to shift the viewing experience to make it more engaging and interactive, but it also marks some changing trends. I just want to get okay. So this is a pretty big shift in the way that we consume sports and television. So, this age of television, which began in like the 1940s or so, like TV has been the main type of media since then. But about 2 decades ago, we started to see that shift from TV to internet. So things like Netflix, things like Hulu, those kinds of places where you could watch shows and you didn't need to get them through traditional cable. That marked a pretty big shift. And more people are accessing their, I don't know why I'm suddenly getting so many like smileys and likes, but thank you. I didn't know this was so hilarious. But more and more people are starting to transition from getting their information from TV to internet. And so people are accessing their programming online instead of on their TVs. And I mean, I'm not a rare type of person who doesn't have cable. Most people of my generation do not have cable. They don't have Dish. They watch their TV through Netflix, online streaming, that kind of thing. So most of my friends and family don't have cable either. And the conversation up until about a year or two ago was, the only reason I'm keeping my cable or Dish or TV type of services is because I want to watch sports and I want to watch the news, and those you can't really watch after the fact, right? And you can't really watch them on Netflix. But that is now starting to change because Facebook Watch is taking over these sports for now. But now Facebook Watch, which is still kind of in its infancy, it was just announced last August, that this was becoming a thing that Facebook was going to do. So their own video platform where there's going to be shows, there's going to be live sports and all those kinds of things. We don't really seem to be able to access it really in Canada, but we can absolutely watch the games that are streamed on the live video platform. So Facebook spent something like $35 million to get exclusive rights to about 25 MLB games in 2018. So these shows, they're being produced by the MLB network, but they are being created specifically for the Facebook Watch platform, and so they have like in-game production elements added to the games, which is, like I mentioned, they're polling the audience, asking questions, and what have you. So they are taking advantage of having the Facebook's interactive capabilities already built in. And so, I mean, it's an interesting move for both sides and will probably pay off big time in the future. So once these haters stop hating on the Facebook Watch streaming the MLB games and complaining, like if Facebook has exclusive rights to games, it will be bringing users to its platform for 3+ hours at a time, which is going to increase the time spent on Facebook, which is kind of one of their goals because that's how they make money, right? And as for Major League Baseball and other sports leagues, like I'm sure that others will be joining this type of idea at some point as well. So for all these sports leagues, Major League Baseball especially, because they're the ones doing it now, making those games available to more people is a smart move for them because they have gotten decreased viewership in the last 10 years or so because people like me who don't have cable, and you're like, how else do you watch the games, right? So bringing that to a wider audience really is going to be helpful for these sports leagues. Okay, so, and I mean, overall, Facebook Watch is a platform that Facebook is really, really going to be pushing. It's going to be their, like I said, their equivalent of YouTube. So I want you to keep your eyes open for that. They're going to have programming and what have you. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that. So I know this was a little bit different than my usual live show, But I think it's important and part of my duty to keep you informed of the state of live video and social media as it is. So I wanted to share a little bit about that with you all today and my experiences. And if you have any experiences with watching the game or anything like that, let me know in the comments. And again, if you're new here, let me know so I can welcome you to my little tribe of awesome little business owners and professionals. So, the future is here, kind of, for 25 games, and so really looking forward to next year when hopefully there will be more games streamed on Facebook Watch. So just a reminder, the registration for my live video course closes today. So if you've been planning on joining me for the live video formula, head over to my website now and make sure that you get signed up and that you don't miss your opportunity to join me for the session that starts on Wednesday, 6-week program for small business owners who want to grow their business with live video. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. I go live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So I hope everyone has a great week and go Blue Jays.